All right, so we're going to start off our journey with just looking up something very basic, which is going to be where we should be putting all of our attention on, okay? And the answer is going to be given to us in this sector over here. So you have to be very careful with what kind of question you put out there. So I'm going to give you two different kinds of questions. They might sound the same, but they're actually very different from each other. So pick the question that feels best in resonance for you, okay? And the question is, where should my focus be, or what should I be putting my attention on? So pick one of these two questions. Where should my focus be, or what should I be putting my attention on? Either one will give you a slightly different answer, and it's going to be answered on this sector over here. Now, my decks are already shuffled, and I'm going to show you what you should be doing here, okay? So I'm going to pick, where should my focus be? Where should my focus be, okay? That's the question I'm going to be doing. So I'm just going to pull out a card for the outer rim right here, a card for this second rim right here, another one for this rim, another one for this rim. So there we go. We're going to have a total of 4 cards coming across, and then I'm going to have another one for this monetary area. So I'll just pull that last card out there right there, and then what I'll do is I'll read the cards progressively. Now you can do this with a tarot or an oracle deck, it doesn't really matter. I grab them all and I just flip them over at a consciousness existential level. So this means universal consciousness or the Akashic records, and then this means your existence. So the Akashic records are telling me that my existence should be focused on the Empress, which is creating something. This is the 1st and the 12th chakras, which are basically telling you, again, what are you creating or channeling through universal consciousness, the balancing of light and dark. Then we have the Eye of Horus measurement of a half, which means smell. Smell has to do with an intuitive sense. Smell is another vibration that's very helpful. You can read a little bit more about it later in the manual. But here I pull out the coin. So basically, the main thing I should be focusing on here in general is balancing like my knowledge of how to balance work life, and then like also relaxation. Then we're going to go into the Dharma, which is soul purpose. This is where you should really be focusing, building yourself a little bit more. And then when it comes to monetary, this monetary area, it means something different. Remember, all of these areas right here on the star mean something different for each person. You did the Star of Lakshmi exercise. For me, monetary means exaltation, which is extreme joy and happiness. So the last card I'm going to be pulling out is not worrying about extreme money or anything like that. Like, not worrying about money being an issue anymore is something I should definitely be focusing on. Now, there's multiple different ways that you can do this. I'll add another video on how you can do this a little bit more complex, where you fill in the whole entire map and you still will answer it from this area over here, okay? So it's very important that you kind of just like, first of all, start off with a focal point. So right here it's telling you the main focal point is to work on yourself, balance work life, and then, you know, learn more about the cosmos. So I'll go ahead and I'll grab the top card here, flip the whole entire deck over, and then put it right here. We have the Queen of Swords telling me what my soul wealth is here in the center. Remember, my soul wealth in general means happiness. So for my happiness, I need to be a little bit more directed and take a little bit more action. So be more steadfast with getting the things that I want. Now, if I wanted to add a second deck on top of this reading just to pull out more information, I could relayer it across. So I could just grab one here, 2 for the second, 3 for the third, 4 for the fourth, 5 for the fifth. I'm going to pull out the top card, which would match this. And of course, I'm just going to grab the bottom card, which is here, put it right here, and match it up. This would give me an even deeper understanding as, where should my focus be? Where should my focus be? It should be focused on, when I read the angel alchemy, it should be focusing on bringing in more change into the world, empathy, higher vibrations of mercy. So it's basically asking, again, like to cleanse the world, okay? And this is the angel of Aries, which is you need to be prompt with the angel of war. I've been talking a lot on Patreon and stuff like that during this time about like divine assassins that are basically being contracted by the cosmos right now. So you can see how this is very much so pointing you into what you should be doing. Now you can talk to any other deity, any other angel, but when we're not specifically directing our attention to any specific deity, this corner right here is like the Akashic records of your reading. So it'll tell you the most important thing that should be focused on right now, not only in your soul purpose, but also at a cosmic existential level, that it's going to be helping not only yourself but the collective consciousness. So if you're ever in doubt and you're like, okay, I feel like I'm off balance, or I should be focusing on something else, you can line up this sector right here, and that's going to give you all the answers that you're looking for.